Thank you so much. Denise, how are you getting on? Thanks so much for chatting to us today.
I'm happy to be talking to you, but I don't have an answer for how I'm getting on.
And so this is going to go out on redfm.ie, but it's also going to go out on the radio station. And so I just want to describe to people the flower, like, I mean, the look today is just absolutely gorgeous, like the flowers in your hair. How did that all come about? Did you just wake up this morning and say, do you know what? I just want to bring a bit of happiness to my hair today.
Yeah, I mean, I like to play in life and wear things that like a 5-year-old would be impressed with me for, because I am actually probably an overgrown 5-year-old. And recently Florence and her machine, Florence and the Machine, as a matter of fact, released an album called Dance Fever. And when I listen to Florence and the Machine, I get very like, let me run into the forest and dance with all my friends and feel like one with the earth and the moon or something. So yeah, that's what's happening. Yeah.
Well, you said a 5-year-old would be impressed by your hair. I'm nearly 30 and I'm impressed by your hair look today. So
let's just hear it. That means our inner child is probably we're connecting on that level.
We're connecting. Denise, tell me about the big moment that is happening for you at the moment. So you're, Ed Sheeran, he released Two Step, and then did he just walk over to you and say, hey, really like your tunes, do you want to do a remix of the song with me? Like, how did that all come about?
Like something like that. Like, I mean, like everything in the world, like it usually happens because someone is advocating for you in like a really cool way. So like, I won't throw her business out there in the street, but so there's this person called Priscilla, and Priscilla is someone who I love very much, and she does some very cool music industry things that I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about. Who knows? But anyway, one day there's a call from her being like, hey, would you like to do that? And I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah.
Why would you say no? I mean, it's actually
right. It was absolutely insane. It was like at some point last year, November or December, I get the news that this is something that could happen. And then I get some stems into my inbox and I was like, what? That what does that mean? Does that mean it's actually happening? Because this doesn't happen to me. I don't believe you. So it took me a very long time to think about writing because like the first week was just consumed with like disbelief. And then the next week was consumed with like imposter syndrome. And then the next 2 to 3 weeks, I was like just like mentally sitting here with like a blank page in front of me. Like, this is the biggest opportunity to make music and speak with people and to people and as myself that I've ever had. So who do I want to be and what do I want to say and how should I be? Is there a way? Like, then what if I do this and I try something new and everybody hates it because like I actually can't write a song. Maybe I actually can't write a song. Maybe everything was a fluke. But at the end of January, at some point, I pulled up my big girl pants and was like, I just have to do this now. Yeah. If I wait too long, I'm not going to, because my own fear is going to stop me from like actually living in this moment. So I went up to Dublin and I went to the clinic, which is where me and the guys, G and Merle, usually go to make our music. And we held hands with David Curley up there and spent a whole day. Like I walked in and we had tea and he gave me a big hug and he was like, are you ready? We're going to do this. And I was like, yeah, we're going to do this. And I went into the booth and I wrote it while I was there, like I just wrote it as we went along. And yeah, I ended up singing, I ended up rapping, ended up doing different things I've never done like that before. So I was just really like, wow, I hope that this is good.
I love it. And I love that inside scoop that you were really in the moment for doing it and the whole build up to it and feeling like, is this actually happening or not? But I had to listen to the track and I loved it. I thought it was really your personal style and it was a mix of what we've heard from you before in your own stamp, but I suppose also a new element of you as well. And so it's really lovely. So congratulations. And you did that justice. So I hope you know that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome. And so tell me a little bit about, you know, getting back out there again, because obviously there was a time where we all couldn't perform for a while, and now you're able to do that again. And I think you have a date in Limerick coming up as well.
I do. On the 20th of August, I'm performing at King John's Castle, and that's like a 2,000 capacity room. I'm on Twitter giving everyone backstage a heart attack because I'm encouraging people to bring like swords and stuff, and that's not good practice, guys. Don't bring like sharp weaponry to a gig. Probably won't get it, but
probably not. Please don't do that.
Probably not. But like I have this dream basically to go there and like, yes, rap and yes, perform, but like to do it like me, which means like in full costume as Joan of Arc, with a cape around my shoulders, walking up with my people like we're the Knights of the Round Table or something like that. I don't know. And I always wanted to do it where like I felt like we were all part of a moment, like we could all just play together, you know, not like I'm just playing for people, but other people are playing with me. And like invested in dressing up the same way you'd like dress up to a festival or to like, you know, like Halloween, you know, you dress up for a costume party and you just kind of like do what makes you happy, put flowers in your hair or something, you know, like put some green blush on and pretend you're a mushroom. Like, I don't know, I don't care. I encourage it. I do. It's gonna be so much fun. I hope.
What's your favorite part of performing? Is it, you know, just connecting with people who were there with you at the time?
My favorite part of performing has to be watching people sing back my lyrics. That is like, I don't know how to explain that feeling. Because like making music for me feels like really putting myself out there, because I don't know how to not go there. You know, like I don't know how to, I guess, detach a little bit personally from the stories that I tell or the things that I share, because like I'm all up in there. And then I see people who like come and not only buy records, but like want to see me and look me in the eye and like support, you know, and like there was a moment I think during 061 and I saw this group of like young girls singing the second half of that verse, you know, and I was like, what? I can't believe that you first of all learned that very skippy verse. It's a lot of words, you know, but like then it's like, you know, call me Era and weed all the Aryans out of your area, clearing the air for you. They say it's humorous. I've got a uterus, call it hysteria. It's hilarious. I was like, yo, let's speak to misogyny right now. Let's have a good time with our friends. Let's just run into our joy and party together, but also feel strong, you know. I felt really good about that.
Yeah, I love that. And is every musical interaction for you different, the way you write every song? So, you know, as you said, you were in the studio meeting Ed Sheeran and you just went into the booth and figured out what you wanted to do in that moment. Is there some songs that you might have had written for a long time before we've heard them? And is there other songs that, you know, maybe the process is like an hour and you're like, this is done. And then there's ones that maybe are a little bit more personal to you and you have to move around and change the lyrics to them a little bit more?
For sure. Like with Two Step, I actually didn't meet Ed until the first night at Vicar Street when we played. So like I had already gone through the process of writing without him. And just trusting that I could like send a paper airplane across the pond and like he'd catch it in his hands and be like, oh yeah, okay, I like this, or no. No, do it again. And I was really grateful that like he seemed to like the first version that I offered, because I was very prepared to be asked to go back a few times, you know, and like without any pride or any ego, like I'm always prepared for people to ask me to shift a little bit and change a little bit, because that's part of the process too, you know. Like you vomit out what you really feel in the moment, but like especially if you're working with somebody else on their song, like I want to make you feel good and want to make you feel like I lived up to the standard that you set. So there is a different process. Like when I'm doing it for me and when people are collaborating with me, I usually try to make sure that we're in like a home-y space or at the clinic where I'm very comfortable and our shoes are off. we've got the fuzzy socks on, we've got the tea in our hands.
Nice.
We're like, yeah, you know, and we have like about an hour of just chatting and like catching up and like doing all of that. And then after that, it's like, don't even bring out your pen, don't even bring out your phone to write, you know, let's just noodle in the room and sing at each other for a minute and see what we want to do, what makes us dance right now, and then we'll put that down, you know. Because I think that it stops you thinking too much and caring too much about what other people think about your music after the fact and how they'll receive it, because like it's all about like, where are we right now, what are we feeling, we'll edit it later, don't worry about it, we'll figure it out, but let's just go, let's just play. Yeah, I've got songs that I wrote when I was 16 that I'm offering to people in my hands, like cupped like this, and being like, can you make something reasonable out of that? You know, because I think the idea is there, the spirit is there, but the execution's a bit meh. So someone else needs to take that and make it alive. And then sometimes I run into the booth, into the studio, like with 061, and I write it in like an hour or two and leave.
Mic drop, I'm done. This is going to be a hit, guys. See you later. We're out of here.
Not even, it's just like the process of editing can be so like, it can be so, you can be so in your head that if you are an overthinker, you will never stop editing ever. So like you just kind of have to learn to walk away and say that something is done, because I need to move on with my life. Yeah, for sure. There are songs also that I've spent like weeks rewriting, you know, trying to find the thing that makes me excited to say like, oh yeah, I hit the nail. I said what I wanted to say. I found my hook or whatever. I don't know. But that's why I love working with these guys. Like Merle has so we're celebrating today because Merle has a song out and it's called Rocks and it's everywhere and it's with Jafaris, hint hint. And
oh, nice.
I was in the studio and they were writing that, you know, and I was noodling in the background, like doing, I don't know, like yodeling, like out of excitement when I first heard the song. And they were like, do you want to?
Sorry, would you yodel in the background on the track? Yeah, cool.
Oh, I'm yodeling on that song. if you listen carefully. They made it sound tasteful, which is what happens when you collab with people.
Cool.
You're like, oh yeah, we can make that make sense. But like, I was literally just yodeling and happy. I was sitting on a couch, not even beside a microphone, just like la 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 la. I was like, yeah.
I'm really excited to hear that. Denise, I could literally chat to you all day. Like, you're so lovely to chat to. I love your energy. Like, you've like calmed me down, and I feel like we've wrote a song through this interview about your process of finding out you were going to collaborate with Ed Sheeran, doubting yourself, and then going into the studio and rocking it. So I think that should be your next single, just putting it out there into the universe. I think that's a story in itself. I think it's amazing. But I know you're a busy lady, you've lots of interviews to do today. So I want to ask you one final question. So would you give us a taster of something? I always say that, I love to say this at the end of interviews, give us a taster of something that you're going to be putting it out into the universe soon, that you can, you know, tell us a little bit about, like, give us an inside scoop about music, festival, you know, something that you're going to be involved in that we're going to see you involved with soon.
Okay, well, you're going to see me at the castle, King John's Castle in Limerick, but that's not a secret, dress up. Also going to see me at Longitude. If you want to be there, I'm playing, and this is my claim to fame, I'm playing the day after Doja Cat.
Amazing.
I can't believe we're there. And also during this summer, so me and my friends over here, we have a record label. They're gonna kill me. How coy should I play this? I don't know. Me and my friends make music together, and I feel like this is the summer that I'm gonna really get to show people what it is we're doing, how we're doing it. Maybe some songs are gonna come out. Maybe they're gonna be collaborations with people you already know. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows?
I love it.
Hint, hint. Flirt. There you go.
Denise, thank you so much. You have been a pleasure to talk to. I was going to say best of luck with the new single, but I don't even need to say best of luck with the new single, because I heard it. It's amazing. It's fantastic. Keep doing your thing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Izzy.